I want to leave a little bit of room at the end of this 2-hour tape in case I have some feedback from people, some things that weren't really clear, some things that need to be brought forth a little better, maybe in a little different way. So I'm going to leave myself, say, 5 minutes or so at the end of that. So I'm going to briefly go over a lot of things, show you how to work the bag, how you warm up, all that kind of thing. I'm sure you'll find it's pretty helpful. You need to do consistent workouts in Hakuda to develop these various skills, principles. It doesn't need to be every day, as I mentioned before. Time and frequency, as far as heavy bag work, about 20 minutes is probably all you'll need. You might need a lot less than that even. 20 minutes or so. You're not building endurance. You want to build endurance, muscle endurance, cardiovascular. That's a whole different thing. I don't really recommend doing it with this type of workout because you're going to do 100 CUDA strikes at a bag. You're going to be pulling back. You know you got 100 strikes to do. Just do a few, get that power. Remember what we talked about? Most confrontations are ended very quickly. You want to develop that fast twitch muscle fiber. You want to be very explosive in how you do things. Every other day, not every day, as far as striking and using your startle and that kind of thing. It takes a little bit of toll on your body. You need that little recovery time. Eventually, you might want to work out once every third day. And I was talking to Al the other week, and he says he does full power, or close to full power, maybe once every week. That's all his body can take now since he's moved up to a much more advanced level. Now things like the Juso, the Jude, the Jiu-Jitsu style systems, these can be worked pretty much every day if you like. They're a little more complicated to learn. I'm going to get into that. Those of you who are going to do that kind of thing with me, I'll show you how to rig up some dummies where if you don't have a partner, you can still work out and get a good deal of effect out of it. So moving right along here. Start out with a warm-up. First have a general warm-up, walking, stretching, yoga, whatever. Just don't jump right out of bed cold and start doing this kind of stuff where you're moving around very violently. You'll have to pull something out. You got general warm-up and some pretty good warm-ups that are CUDA specific. There's one being what I call a fling drill. Just fling your arm out, kind of warm it up. Move things around, move your upper body. Little light, these aren't full power, just different directions, twist around a little bit. Move your hips. Same thing with your legs, as you can see. Right here. On the fling drill, you're not really doing a kick, you're just flinging your leg out different directions. Side, a few reps. Each direction, just get yourself warmed up. Fling drill, stretching, turning, get your body kind of warmed up and ready to go. I know street competition, nobody's going to wait for you to warm up. If you pull something, you probably won't notice it until later, but there's no use injuring yourself in training where your training is cut back unnecessarily. Okay. I like to start off with the collapsing hand in the phone book drill. You just collapse, like we talked about earlier. Collapse that hand, get the feel of a little pressure, and bring it back harder as you condition. After a while, you probably won't want to use the phone book. It's just not going to give you the resistance you need. You can do it directly on a table. If you cheap plastic table like this, it's probably fine to do it. But if you got a good table, I wouldn't possibly damage it by striking it. A piece of plywood is good. Just put it on the phone book, or you can get you a pad like this, short, it's a little smaller, maybe some shorter version of the Hakuda pad, and put this on the outside. I think Warren and Al actually made pads like that, so they can do this kind of drill. Same thing. Don't strike it 100 times a day, anything like that. You just can do some conditioning. If you guys going on to the basic CUDA, Hakuda basics, where you'll be doing different kinds of fists other than just the CUDA hand, I'll show you how to work this same drill with these different fists there. Grasping air drill, and back. Remember that, it's a good one to work. Same thing, grasping that air, dropping your body, get some of the startle in there. Same thing, now I'm going to strike the pad. Grasping the air, going into my strike. And I do it the other way too. For time's sake, I'm not going to go through the trouble of moving everything around. Actually doing it on my weak hand. It's my left, which is my weak side. Well, I built it to the point where it's fairly close to my right. Still not quite fast and strong as my right. The whipping drill. Remember that one? One of my favorites. Stretch back. Get that kind of stretch feeling here. Lean into it for a few reps. Go about halfway, but still imagining you're going there. And that's right. That whipping. Now I'm not going to even 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. Now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm not going to go back in and just explode from where I am, but I'm still going to imagine that I'm pulling my arm way back here. It's not really happening, but in my mind it is. It's going back, going in. That's my whipping drill. That's a very, very good drill to do. A lot of people, not just myself, really need a lot of benefit from that particular drill. Now we do the racing drill. Remember the one, your two hands race? You can start way out here. This hand comes to your chest as this hand whips out. The strike, they're actually racing each other. Even though this hand has further to go, your body wants to keep things in equilibrium. But even though that's going to happen, they're going about the same time, believe it or not. After a while, we bring it in here. Still, same thing. They can get there at the same time. You want to try to hit your chest, not really hit it. Lightly touch your chest quickly as you fire out that strike. Now you get to where your hands are almost touching your chest. Still, that's a very good drill. Another one of my favorites. A lot of people favor it. Really dramatically improve your speed. This racing drill. You can use this principle in a lot of other drills we're going to be working on later on. This is our hands in the pocket drill. This one's going to be a little different than some of the other ones we've done. We'll have both hands in our pockets. Remember that little method I had for coming out quickly? It's still there. But the only difference here is both hands are in our pocket. So instead of, we're not going to actually do that with both and try to cross our hands too slow. What we'll be doing is this hand does the little trick to get out quickly. This hand is actually going to stay where it is, but you're going to pretend, just like we pretended we brought that arm way over. We're going to, in our minds, pretend we're touching our chest. So that's what we're looking at. I always seem to have stuff in my pockets when I do this, but I guess that's good because that's the way I normally am. Blinking light on my. Okay, since I'm running out of tape, like I said, I want to try to leave a little room at the end so I can correct some things, or show things a little better as I get feedback. So I'm just going to go through drills that perhaps I haven't covered before. I didn't cover real in depth. Anything we've done earlier you can do with this. This is a 1-2 drill. Up, strike the other. So here we go. Really quick, really fast, really strong. The first strike hits. And then it brings it right in a second. The second strike is actually much more powerful than the first strike, believe it or not. The idea here is you want to make sure you take the guy out, or perhaps that first strike get hit solid like you wanted to, so you're coming right back with the second. Okay, I'm going to be a little quicker now, like I said. I would like to leave a little room on there. Possible freeze drill. Evaluate, you should kind of stop, evaluate yourself. Thumb, elbow down, thumb up, fist proper, your foot pointed directly to your target, getting your energy into your target. Okay, this is like a crowding drill, short strike drill. The guy's grabbing you, you don't have a lot of room to do that long motion I just did. You're able to get the power, even though you don't have much room to get it in. Very important, especially if someone's crowding you, trying to grapple with you, that kind of thing. Front kick. Combination. Cue the strike, cue the hand. Double trouble there. Got two things to worry about. They're going to hit them almost simultaneously. Kuda, you can do it the other way too. You can strike the head, then go to the leg, but if you strike the head and move it backwards normally, now you might have trouble reaching the shin area. This will bring them down, actually adding a little more pump to your next strike. Bring them down into, remember we talked about how your body reacts to different kinds of strikes. Kuda works in conjunction with the way your body as well as someone else's body works. Very scientific system. Okay, looks like that's it for now. That's a wrap on the Kuda hand. Unless I get a lot of feedback from people going through this program saying that something wasn't clear, something wasn't explained enough, or whatever, then I'll have a little room here where I can add, little add-on stuff as I need to. Like I said, it's been a pleasure training you guys. You guys just wanted the Kuda hand. You got a lot of other stuff here. You got the kick. You learned a lot of different principles which can be applied in a lot of different ways, not just in self-defense. It can be in sports. It can be in other, like competitive type combatives. You just got to use your imagination. This is the thinking's man system here. Principle over technique. Technique's important, but your principles are your priority here. Those of you who will be moving on with me, the basics will be coming out shortly. You'll be seeing, I won't have to go through such detail as far as the principles go. The same principles will be utilized. You see a lot more of the twisting motions in some of these strikes. And those of you who want to continue on Blackheart Warrior or more advancing, you see grappling, you see how the Kuda principles are applied into a grappling situation. We'll get into weapons, we'll get into improvised weapons, we'll get into tactics, how to use the Kuda hand to increase your quick draw, to increase your, if you're into knife fighting, that kind of stick fighting, whatever, you can use these same principles and turbocharge, or hiku7, as I like to say, these other techniques. It's been a pleasure. Email me, snail mail me, get in touch with me. I'm here to help you. This is just a course, not just a bunch of videotapes. That, I don't want people just getting their six-pack and their Doritos and watching the tapes and, putting it on the shelf collecting dust. This is a course, work through it. Any questions, contact me. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, and remember, knowledge replaces fear.